Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first official devlog of Paper Tigers Beat It, a rhythm game that also functions like a deck builder roguelike. Let's jump in straight into some gameplay, some new features, and some differences that I shared in previous videos. So if we go into the world tour mode, you'll start with a stage like this, and you'll be able to progress through all of these different stages and keep your cards throughout. So what that looks like is an enemy that you face on screen, who, as you're playing, gets weaker and weaker with all of the different notes that you hit, and you get several advantages throughout the gameplay by defeating these enemies and collecting the cards on their back. So here I've got 3 cards: Backbeat, Glass Cannon, Final Spark, that give you different perks throughout the game. So the important thing I wanted to highlight in this devlog, since I have released 2 videos before prior to this, was that, well, I saw a bunch of things that were working really well in the game, and some things that weren't working so well. So let's just exit out of that, and I'll explain more. Originally, the World Tour mode was supposed to be this mode where you collect instruments, and those instruments corresponded to stems in a song. And it was really ambitious for me to decide to go in that route. But what I realized that even when I was doing it correctly and separating these songs into the instruments, like having one selection for guitar, one selection for marimba, another selection for flute, and building these songs, it always felt like something was missing because there were so many different components to the songs that sometimes when you played a song without the marimba, for example, the entire melody went away, and it just wasn't that enjoyable for a game that is based so much on audio. So what I ended up doing in this patch, which I'm calling version 0.3, is the ability to choose different difficulties. So I'm going to show you these difficulties here. We have Dolce, Vivace, Feroce, and Fuoco hidden behind my camera right here. And now for debugging, I have the ability to choose the songs that, choose the cards that I want to start out with. So the mechanics that I like most are the ones that they don't just simply multiply your damage dealt or minimize your damage received, but they actually have an effect visually on how the game operates. So Big Boom, Dragon's Passage, Lantern Barrage, Wind Slash, Spirit Gaze, and Lightning Lane. I'll throw in Lantern Guard too. These are all abilities that affect how the game looks. So now when you see me jump into this new song, you're going to notice that on the screen it's a lot different than what you saw before, and I'll try to explain it best as I play through the song. So it's pretty different already, right? Now remember, this is a prototype. These aren't the final graphics, but you can see how the game is already taking a very different shape. So that flash that goes throughout the column, that's the lightning strike, and it destroys all of the notes in that random column. That horizontal beam, that's the spirit gaze, which deletes all of the notes that it collides with to help make all of the rows a little bit easier. There's also Lantern Barrage, which looks like the grenade being lobbed across the screen to destroy the notes in the track. And Dragon's Passage is the diagonal movement going right there. it's a whole bunch of just squares in a row right now, but those are the hitboxes, and that helps you defeat the enemy in another way. So this is all just to say that I've been working on really, I think they're creative ideas to interact with the game in a new way that you wouldn't be able to really experience in other rhythm games. So, building off of that, do a. Oh man. um, Okay, I hit something else. I was gonna do the big boom, but ended up crashing the game, which happens sometimes. But a good place to allow me to calmly look at the screen and kind of explain what's going on. So you have your run deck here, which explains all of the different cards that you can see, and the meters where big boom or wind slash are charging, the different sections of the songs, what bars, and a lot of the kind of parts of the game that it's really valuable to see as a developer working on the game, but will ultimately be removed or indicated by some other kind of visual while I am playing through it. So, in this devlog update number 1, compared to the last 2 videos, we got to see the different difficulties being implemented. I also put the enemy closer to the bottom of the screen and moved the perfect or good or great indicator above that. I found that in testing, or at least for my own sanity, the completely vertical columns feel the easiest to look at here, and just using that to make sure that my hits are on beat. But I've also implemented a mode where the notes kind of zoom out from the distance in the middle and come and have this bit of a 3D effect. I think eventually I'm going to go back to that, but as I'm still testing and making sure that all of the chords hit the same or the correct way, and that everything is timed correctly, this mode has been helping me debug the most. So again, thank you for listening to this devlog. I'm going to come out with one every week to just kind of show these different updates in the game. And just from now on, I'll name them devlog number 1 or devlog number whatever, with a little description, because I don't want to disappoint people who are going for the more clickbaity titles, like I'm building the first deck builder roguelike rhythm game, because I want to invite the right type of people to watch my videos who are interested in seeing game development and help shaping the future of this game. I realize when I look at this game, like if I'm looking at the lantern or the charms or whatever, things do not look great. And that's because I'm a one-man team who has only started this project a few months ago. The visuals will improve. The ideas will improve. The structure of the songs will improve. It's just a matter of time, and I'm just happy to get that prototype out there. And yeah, so again, thanks for watching this video. Please stay tuned, subscribe or comment or like or anything. Every little bit really helps, especially as a new developer. I know it's not that great compared to Dance Dance Revolution or Taiko Drum Master or so many other really polished games, but it's at version 0.3 so far. I'm months away from getting a demo out to the public and launching a Steam page. So there's a lot of work left to do, but I'm willing to take feedback and incorporate it into the game. So thank you for help shaping this game also, and I'll see you in the next devlog. Bye-bye.